I reported it as I just described it to you. I made it clear that Trump's narrow comments did contextualize the term bloodbath within the auto industry. But the argument over what kind of bloodbath Trump meant, I think misses the point, which is that for a long time, Trump has sent these signals that his followers know how to listen to. In other words, they're dog whistles of sorts, in that to some people who are completely abstracted from the politics of Trump, they might think nothing of it. But Trump's followers know about we're going to be in the streets and come with me to the Capitol and all of this sort of language.
David Pakman decided to have a cry session during one of his interviews recently. That's just crazy. You can't go 1 second without crying, huh? Nasty work. Let's get into this. Let's laugh at it. Hit the like button, share the video, also subscribe if you haven't. This is crazy. Also check out my memberships.
And legal analyst and former prosecutor. He was quite convincing in suggesting that while it is absolutely clear what the law is and that Trump broke it, this has not yet been determined by a jury, but in his lay law person opinion, that if circumstances were different in terms of the general environment of scofflaw criminality from Trump, a more popular or less apparently criminal individual may not have been charged in the hush money election interference case. So that seems reasonable to me. I think that that's possible. When the New York quote hush money case was first indicted, it felt to me like the least serious of the cases. Not everybody agrees with me, but big picture, these are very serious indictments, extraordinarily well sourced when it comes to evidence, and certainly no evidence whatsoever that the Democratic Party or the Biden administration have any connection to it, despite Trump claiming that ad nauseum.
So whether Biden or the Democratic Party had any connection to it, do you think raising all of this up all together, all at very similar timing, just before his run, does that mean anything to you?
I don't buy the timing argument.
Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Also share the video, drop some comments, man. No, I'm gonna be reading them comments. All right, let's get back to the video.
The reality is that it normally takes a year to multiple years to really pull together complex indictments. Some of the wrongdoing that Trump is accused of having committed and indicted for actually took place relatively recently. And so depending on which of the charges you're talking about and who you ask, it was either done too quickly or not quickly enough. And so I really don't buy the timing argument as being particularly compelling.
What about the one that Trump goes along saying that if he wasn't president, this wouldn't have happened to him?
Well, it is undeniable that as a general concept, if Trump had not run for president and brought his habitual scofflaw style flouting of the law from the business world to the political world, he and his family would not be dealing with any of this stuff right now. That I agree with. Now, I think you're getting at a little bit of a different point, that people are targeting him because they didn't like his actions as president. I don't believe that to be true in the way that you're saying it. But certainly, Trump often says to crowds, I didn't have to do this. I had a perfectly fine life before. I could be playing golf or whatever right now. I think that that's true. I do think that he, for decades, was used to skirting the law. I mean, think of the fraud case in New York where he overstated the values of his properties in order to generate more valuable assets against which to get loans. I'm sure he's been doing that his entire career. His former lawyer, Michael Cohen, told me that he's been doing that his entire career. Becoming president and taking those sorts of actions out of the private eye and putting them into public eye certainly called attention to them. And it was in that sense, a bad decision for Trump. That I agree with.
So on this particular property case, let's delve into this a bit more. I don't know as much about it. I presume you know much more about it. But I saw Kevin O'Leary going on, I think it was on CNN. You might have seen the clip, him going on CNN and saying this is basically what most property developers do, which is what they try and make their properties.
David Pakman seems mad delusional, bro. And as if his feelings is hurt. He hates Trump. But people like Trump are used to that. right? There used to people going on these campaigns, smear campaigns at that, right? And trying to destroy them and trying to take them down, misconstrue everything that goes on within their life, right? Try to shame them for being successful in business and now successful as a president. It's just a bunch of bitterness, especially due to the fact that David Wackman lost a bunch of his following. They tired of it. They sick of being lied to. You told us this was the way. You said you knew how to fix everything. Seems like David Wackman is just a political crybaby. He's the Grinch that stole politics. Running off into the new year with his grifting. Just running off a bag of his books that nobody want. Just running around with a bag of books. And another thing, ain't it kind of strange that all these people that's like on the left and woke are pushing to be pro-government? Like they're so against someone who is actually anti-government. That's not strange to you. It's not like little suspect how he like switched up like that. I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. They pushing this weird government agenda. It's nasty. The left works for Big Brother now. Maybe that's the way it's always been. Maybe that's the way it's always been.
High alone. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did not see the clip, and again, I'm taking your word for what he said. It sounds like a version of lots of people commit this crime and not everybody gets punished for it, which isn't a particularly compelling defense to me. So what exactly happened? Did the banks fully check him, or he totally frauded them? So what was found was that there were completely imaginary property values stated for the purposes of using properties as collateral for loans, while on the other hand, outrageously low property values were being argued for the purposes of reducing property tax bills. That's the genesis and the fundamental, I guess, aspect of that fraud trial.
Okay. So the other week, Trump was highly reported as saying he was calling for a bloodbath in America, and a lot of the media went really on him for that, a bit crazy on him for that. But I watched a full clip, and it actually looked like he was calling for a bloodbath in the auto car industry, which is very, very, very different. What did he actually say? And does he often get picked off by the media, like by them taking him out of context?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's two elements.
David Wackman bet not lie. I swear he bet not lie. He knows the guy that's interviewing him, my man, the kid from Stuart Little. Tell me he don't look like the kid from Stuart Little. Anyway, he blatantly gave him an example of how that happened to Trump, how people just lied and misconstrued something he said for something he didn't say, and how that happens on a normal basis. It's a regular thing, normal occurrence. I bet he bet not. I swear, David Wackman bet not, but like that doesn't happen. What? Lying on Trump, because he's one of the main people doing it. He's one of the main people. If he lied, that would be, it would be insane, but it would be expected. It would be expected because he is a lying grifter, a woke, lying, smug grifter.
The full comments that Trump made were that he was not calling for, but predicting a bloodbath, in the sense that if Joe Biden gets elected, automakers will be left with tons of unsold vehicles, and it will be terrible economically for them. I reported it as I just described it to you. I made it clear that Trump's narrow comments did contextualize the term bloodbath within the auto industry. But the argument over what kind of bloodbath Trump meant, I think misses the point, which is that for a long time, Trump has sent these signals that his followers know how to listen to. In other words, they're dog whistles of sorts, in that to some people who are completely abstracted from the politics of Trump, they might think nothing of it. But Trump's followers know about we're going to be in the streets and come with me to the Capitol and all of this sort of language. So to me, the honest way to cover it would be to say, here's the totality of what Trump said in these comments. And of course, there's a long history of Trump dancing around pseudo-violent language.
I knew it. Yo, I knew. That's crazy. Whoa, dog whistling that's nuts. Wow. To flip that, to be like, okay, they did lie, but he's all about violence, and it says it in the hidden messages. Yo, nah, I can't front. That's crazy. That's crazy. I knew he was gonna lie. Fam. And it's only because that's a part of his grift. Trump has to be like evil. He gotta be like Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. That's what Trump has to be in the eyes of the woke left. And that's who David Pakman represents. Don't be fooled ever. Don't ever be fooled. I was about to say something that's going to get me in trouble. But yeah, I think that's nasty work. And you know what? I gotta play the nasty song at this point. Like I should have played it as soon as I said that I was talking about David Pakman. We already knew how he was about to get down.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
nasty as hell. But yes, I think David Pakman is a clown. I don't think no one should ever take him seriously. That's just my personal opinion, fam. What he just did there with Trump was great. That dog whistle. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, bro. You're taking him out of context on purpose. Yo, that was crazy. He did it right before our eyes. Exactly what the kid from Stuart Little, exactly what he asked was being done to Trump. David Pakman did that exact thing right before our eyes. That's crazy. That's nuts. But tell me what your opinion is down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well, man. Also check me out on memberships. Support the channel.